The girl, yes, I understand. Thank you. The wise man, to help you reach a deeper understanding, I will share with you the yin and yang, the fluctuation range of human nature. Look at the picture. Greed means desire, but we must understand the nature of greed. The negative boundary of the nature of greed is selfishness, desire for oneself alone. The positive boundary is generosity, desire for another entity. Anger means air, but we must understand the nature of anger. The negative boundary of the nature of anger is wrath. The positive boundary of the nature of anger is satisfaction. If delusion is understood as misconception, we must understand delusion as follows. At the negative amplitude of delusion is foolishness. At the positive amplitude of delusion is clarity. Arrogance is understood as superiority, but we must understand the nature of arrogance. At the negative amplitude of arrogance is inferiority. At the positive amplitude of arrogance is pride. Skepticism is understood as suspicion, but we must understand the nature of skepticism. At the negative amplitude of skepticism is doubt. At the positive amplitude of skepticism is trust. Evil is understood as brutality, but we must understand the nature of evil. At the negative amplitude of evil is cruelty. At the positive amplitude of evil is benevolence. Bias is understood as prejudice, but we must understand the nature of bias. At the negative amplitude of bias is stubbornness. At the positive amplitude of bias is acceptance. The complexity of greed and imagination are the focus of human nature. Different levels of prosperity, beauty, fame, eating, and resting determine a person's character. For example, a person who craves and perceives prosperity in a positive direction can be understood as someone who wants money to help others. So it can be said that such a person is generous with money and possessions. Craving for prosperity in a negative direction is the desire to have money only for oneself. And it can be said that such a person is greedy for money and possessions. A person who craves and perceives beauty in a positive direction, simply put, hopes to enhance the beauty of others, whilst those who crave beauty in a negative direction only beautify themselves. A person who craves and perceives fame in a positive direction, simply put, will help others gain fame, while those who crave fame in a negative direction will only pursue how to gain fame for themselves. A person who craves and perceives eating in a positive direction, simply put, has a desire to provide delicious food to others, while those who crave food in a negative direction will always pursue how to get delicious food for themselves. A person who craves and perceives resting in a positive direction, simply put, has a desire to help others rest well, while those who crave in a negative direction will only pursue how to get good rest for themselves. The girl, it seems that craving for prosperity, beauty, fame, eating, and resting in a negative direction makes it easy to become selfish, only thinking for oneself, right? The wise man. In fact, it is best to achieve balance because too much positive can turn negative, and too much negative can also turn positive. The girl, please guide me more. The wise man. For example, someone with a craving nature for prosperity, beauty, fame, eating, and resting in a positive direction will always be generous in helping others. If not careful, they will become arrogant. One day, when craving and possession of prosperity, beauty, fame, eating, and resting for themselves are not as they wish, they will become resentful and may no longer be generous to others, only thinking of themselves. On the other hand, when craving and perceiving prosperity, beauty, fame, eating, and resting in a negative direction, they only want to get many things for themselves. At some point, they will realize that only when they are truly generous with others will they be able to obtain their desires. The girl, I understand human nature, so how can I understand human nature and still have a state of satisfaction? The wise man, greed and imagination are the focus of human nature. However, you need to be clear about your own desires. When you know your desires and satisfy those desires, or in other words, satisfy your craving and perception for what you desire, the state of inner satisfaction will appear. This is happiness that arises from pleasure, also known as momentary happiness. In addition, the state of inner satisfaction is also built when we proactively stop craving and perceiving what we desire. This is the happiness that serenity brings. The girl, can you give me examples to help me understand better? The wise man, first I will help you distinguish the concept of satisfaction from pleasure. If I give you a gift, what gift would you like? The girl, wow, I'm so surprised by the question. I haven't thought of any gift yet. The wise man, do you need a nice house? The girl, yes, my dream is to own a villa. The wise man, so your true craving and perception is for a villa? The girl, yes. The wise man, allow me to clarify that craving and perception of yours. How big of a villa do you want? Where? What? What special things do you need in the villa? The girl, I want it to be 500 square meters in the city center with 5 bedrooms and a reading room, gym, meditation room, and a garden full of roses. Thinking about caring for the roses every morning, watching the dewdrop on the flowers, I feel overwhelmed with happiness. The wise man, how do you feel if you owned that villa next year? The girl, oh, that would make me so happy. The wise man, why would you feel happy? The girl, because my dream came true. Is it because deep down my inner self has satisfied prosperity, beauty, fame, eating, and resting? The wise man, that's right. It's because your inner self has satisfied the craving and perception. Satisfying the craving and perceptions for prosperity, beauty, fame, eating, and resting is the feeling of inner satisfaction from pleasure. From pleasure. After owning the villa of your dreams, how long do you think you will be happy? The girl laughs. probably half a year. The wise man, what dream will you pursue after that? The girl, I will contribute to society and help many people have a better life. The wise man, throughout their lives, people usually pursue feelings of inner satisfaction through pleasure. You want to help people also satisfy happiness for themselves. If you do not have complete serenity and happiness at this moment, you will not have that state even if you later own the villa of your dreams. So you need to know when to stop craving and perception in order to expect complete serenity and happiness. The girl, can you clarify that for me? The wise man, when people stop craving and perceiving the natures of greed, anger, delusion, arrogance, skepticism, evil, and bias will not arise, but satisfaction will arise. The following example will make it clearer. Your husband comes home late from drinking, and you start imagining this and that. Women especially tend to think of the husbands having someone else. Then your craving arises. You want your husband only for yourself. You want to possess and control, not to share with others. At this point, your craving and perception strongly arise. So, when your husband walks in the door without saying anything, your anger starts to flare up, and of verified issues between you two. But when your craving and perception stop, meaning you know your husband is out drinking late, you don't think, don't crave, don't perceive. At that time, your mind will not be chaotic, and a state of satisfaction will arise. To go, it's so simple to find happiness associated with us living in this present moment. Mean stop craving and perceiving. The wise man, that's right.